might just release him and try and start over. They haven't done that bad without him this year. He's turning 29 next year. You know, he might be on the way out.
He'll be in a Cowboys jersey before he's in a Vikings jersey. I think he's played his last game in Minnesota. But I think he's nowhere even close to being done in the league. But I think he is done in Minnesota.
Yeah, I think he is too. I'm trying to see if he's actually, because me and Kevin was looking this up and make sure that either he was a free agent or not. But because we know there was that talks in the beginning of the season about
of him going to Cowboys.
Right, him going to the Cowboys. So as far as I'm pulling up here, I'm getting his contract information, but I can definitely see him being released because of everything now going on.
I think though, if he does get released, look at all the running backs that are going to be on the market next year. Murray, your big three are Murray, Lynch, and Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
That's it's going to show the way of the running back in the NFL now, where guys that are prolific running backs are going to be looking for jobs because their teams don't want them, because that's the way that NFL is shifting. And it's just weird.
Right, and so that's why I'm saying I'm actually reading stuff that's saying that they might actually participate, and that's what Kevin was saying there. So, John, to ask the question, if you see him getting released, do you see him? Is there another fit that you see him going somewhere beside the Cowboys?
Adrian Peterson anywhere besides the Cowboys. I think he's gonna. I don't think it'll be a debate. I think he'll be in Dallas. I don't think it'll be. He grew up in Dallas. He grew up in Texas. He's from Texas. I honestly think he will be. He will go to the Dallas Cowboys. I think there ain't no other place he could go.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too.
I definitely see that he's released. Like if he got released when all this stuff was going on, there's Joe would have signed him in a heartbeat. Because here's the thing, they're not going to want to pay DeMarco Murray the money. They're not going to pay big time money for a running back because number one. What the hell am I doing? It's because I'm on the phone. I'm all busted. But they're not going to sign DeMarco Murray back because they're going to take all the big money and flush it into Des Bryant, who's going to become a free agent. And with the way the league's going, you want that big receiver. So they're going to bring Adrian Peterson in. Adrian Peterson really don't need the money. Really don't need that big, gigantic, huge contract. So they're just going to bring him in on the low. And there you go. And he's going to fit right into Dallas.
All right. So yeah, to add to the point, I did find he's has 3 seasons left on his contract. So they said they can go ahead. That Minnesota can cut him as well. To add on here, Nike terminated Peterson contract on November the 6th, and in most Minnesota stores, his jersey is cleared out due to this whole distraction ordeal that's going on. So we have to keep tabs there because this is funny because this guy can be available for teams to pick up, and like me, Kevin.
Like I said, the running backs are going to be retarded next year. Especially if he gets cut, the running backs that are going to be out on the market are going to be retarded. And if people that feel like that physical running game want to bring one of these guys in, they're going to have 3 major league studs.
Who's coming out? DeMarco Murray, Adrian Peterson,
Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn. Don't sleep. I know I've been critical of him, but Doug Martin's more likely to be out there too.
Yeah, Doug Martin will be out there as well. You're going to have if you want to be that physical running team that wants to do that sort of kind of thing, it's going to be perfect for them.
You really got to look at it, not just Peterson, Lynch, Murray, and Martin. You got to think about it. This year's draft was the draft of the wide receiver. Next year's draft's going to be the draft of the running back. Because you've got Melvin Gordon from the University of Wisconsin, who's obviously coming out for it. He can't stay. And you've got Todd Gurley. I know he's hurt, but Gurley will still be a legitimate choice. And then you've got the young man down at Mississippi State who's probably going to be coming out and going pro. So you can't even just say the free agents. This is going to be a running back heavy year all the time.
You know they're not going to go high. So you're going to have some of these guys fall to the second, third round that are going to be super talented running backs that you're going to have out there. So there's going to be plenty of running backs to go. And it's for the league not to be shying away from the running back. You sure are going to have a bunch of talented guys that are going to be available for you.
Definitely agree. All right, let's move on to the last football segment here, and then we'll take a break here. Let's talk about the Green Bay Packers, man. If the playoffs end today, they will open up in Atlanta. Atlanta's division leader and the NFC South. And
what is the Torrance at?
Yeah,
you won your division under 500, you get a home playoff game.
And yeah, so here's
for Christmas special going on that's giving away playoff games to under 500 teams at home.
I'm telling you, man.
Playoff game.
It happened a couple of years ago with Seattle and New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing. The NFL needs to do something about that before we go into it. They need to do something about that. Just don't reward somebody for winning a crappy division.
Yeah.
Make them, if they go and win their division, fine, put them in the playoffs. But make them go to the other team's place that has a better record. You reward people for doing good. You don't reward people for mediocrity.
True. All right, so let's go ahead and so they're closing schedule here because they got a light schedule in the end here. They're at Minnesota. They're play at home versus New England, at home at Atlanta, at Buffalo, at Tampa Bay, and at home against Detroit. Just the last two games at home here, they dropped 50 plus against Chicago and Philly. Well, I guess in hindsight now, Chicago must have realized, well, hey, we don't suck that bad. This team is really that good. And in their past four home games, they led 128-9 in the first half. Aaron Rodgers has 18 touchdowns, no interception, and owns the NFL record for 322 passes without an interception. This is crazy, man. So, John, I want to go with you first. How scary is this team, man, so far? Just I want to get your thoughts on this.
Fairly scary. Granted, they did it against Chicago. And I apologize. I'm blanking on who it was Philadelphia. They were good teams. But they did it against a very wounded Philadelphia team. And Mark Sanchez looking like, well, Mark Sanchez. They're strong. They're probably the best team in the NFC. My thing is with teams like that peak about this time of year and get hot, they normally don't keep it up throughout the playoffs. But as of right now, they're a very dangerous team.
All right, your thoughts, Kevin, on them?
They're the New Orleans Saints from a few years ago. They're phenomenal at home, almost unbeatable at home. When you get them on the road, they struggle a little bit. And they remind me of those Saints teams that if you went to the dome, they would murder you. And they come out and kill you. But if you play them on the road, they get a little shaky. But right now, I'm scared. I would be, if any other team, I'm scared to play them. They're retardedly good. They got arguably the best quarterback in the league right now. As far as it's going. I told you before, I've already told you before, I'm a high Aaron Rodgers fan. That's my guy right now. But they do remind me of those things that will kill you at home, but then on the road is where you can get them. And I think right now, if they keep on their winning those, they'll be okay, and they'll get one of the higher teams where they'll be able to play things at home. But it's when they get on the road is where I get a little sketchy on. But at home, they're phenomenal. They just remind me of those things.
Yeah, to echo these statements of Kevin and John, this team is downright scary on the offensive side of the ball. They're clicking on all centers, especially at home. This team here, even with Aylace not doing his best with the run, well, the running game is decent, but not good as it needs to be enough. Just
because you got him on your fantasy
Well, no. Well,
That's the reason it's not good enough. He's on your fantasy.
that. Well, besides that, let's get. I know I'm
It's like
going.
me with Philadelphia's running game. It's pitiful.
But this team is very fun to watch. Kevin has said on a couple of podcasts ago that he will likely start a franchise with Aaron Rodgers, and goodness, Kevin is definitely looking real smart on that. But
I mean, he's easily one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league.
definitely,
There's no arguing that Aaron Rodgers is up there in the top 5.
all right. So also let's give a shout out to the receiving core. What y'all think about Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb? Jordy Nelson's got 60 receptions for 998 yards, 9 touchdowns. Randall Cobb's got 54 receptions for 779 yards and 10 touchdowns. Also in their receiving core, man.
They're a product of their quarterback. Honestly, I think they're decent, but they're a product of their quarterback. It's kind of like when Tom Brady had Troy Brown and Bethel Johnson and Deion Branch. It's easy to look that good when you've got an elite quarterback throwing you the ball.
You don't think Jordan Nelson can plug in somewhere else and be successful?
I don't think so.
I think Jordy Nelson can. Go ahead, Kevin.
Some of the catches he makes and how fast he is, he's a great yards after contact dude for being how big he is. He's speedy. He's a good yards after contact guy. He's good. And on the other side, they complement each other very well. But like John said, when you were kind of all world back there throwing you the ball, you look really, really good. But don't get it twisted. Them two guys are very talented wide receivers, and they could do other guys as well.
All right, let's get y'all thoughts on this because, of course, Detroit is leading the division right now. Do you see them winning the division over Detroit? I'll give you the remaining schedule for the Detroit Lions. Pistons, Bears, Buccaneers, Vikings, Bears again, and Packers. What'd you say, Kevin? Go ahead. I was reading off the schedule for the Lions.
The Packers catch them. Packers catch them and take them over. The only game the Packers really have to worry about is that game against the Patriots.
Yeah.
But the good part is they got the Patriots out. So that's the good part about that game. But I think they end up catching Detroit. I think Detroit hits that wall all of a sudden. That Detroit usually hits. And I think they come back down a little bit, and the Packers end up catching them.
Okay. Your thoughts, John, on them?
Detroit has been dodging one bullet all year and remain competitive. It's a bug that seems to be going around. It's called the injury bug. And I think that's eventually going to catch him. Bush and Johnson have both missed time. I said Bush and Johnson. But I think the injury bug and that schedule towards the end is going to catch up to Detroit. I see Detroit possibly getting in as a wild card only because the NFC South is so god-awful. But I don't see Detroit winning that division. Green Bay's schedule is a little more lax down the end, and they're clicking on all the right cylinders.
Okay. Sounds good. And I'm going to add my 2 cents on this as well. I think that I agree with y'all.
Cares about your 2 cents.
Let me hit mute on you right quick. They echo their statements. They're too hot right now, and I'm talking about the Green Bay Packers, and nobody want to see them. And if they get they actually win a division and be a higher seed and possibly get a bye, which I don't know. Do y'all think a bye will work against them in this favor because they're playing so well?
It's about them getting at home.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, they just got to get home.
They don't really need to buy, but if they can get them at home, they can get people at home. That's the big key to them. Not necessarily getting that buy, but getting them at home.
Right. And that's what I want to add to you about.
Even if they get that buy, it'll be good for them.
Right.
It'll be good for them. Nagging injuries and stuff like that, they'll be able to get a little healthier.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be good for them.
And that's why I was asking because John mentioned that they might be peaking too soon, and we know how team.
But as we know, there's always that team that comes into the wild card and makes it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You get them every few years. So as long as they get that first game at home, and they can get over that first game, hopefully they win the division and
Should
And
be
then if they have to go, say, to like Arizona on the road and stuff, that works right in